Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday night.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Brooklyn Beats and the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football, when you've got a D tackle who can contribute not only to occupying bodies, but also making plays on the ball carrier, that's when you have the cornerstone of a solid run defense.
On second down, Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. From the gun, Reese. Going left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll run. This is Kamara. And some space here. The 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. It's not necessarily...
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. From 8 yards out, and the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. At their own 25-yard line.
Indy.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right.
Bravo.
Hey, check. 3 down.
Go.
31 to Mike. Watch the run. 31.
Now.
Throwing on first down. Stanley. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because... Like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
Get that ball. Check.
Throwing again on second and 10. Stanley, throw left side, complete. That's Gregory. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
C6. Go.
Mike, 53. Mike. Hey.
Operating from the gun. Stanley. And the catch made by Hopkins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Hey, exit.
On 1st and 10, Stanley. Looking left side, and it's complete. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet.
While making sure.
Let's go. Let's go.
A gain on the play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stated.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put him on the ground.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play. First down.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Yeah. 31's the mic. Here we go. X3. 218, chop.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. Now Gurley staying down. Well, let's hope he's all right. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
You gonna see me? Alert. Switch.
2nd and 10. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Target.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Pull it high.
SOS.
Go. Ready?
From the gun, Stanley. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Orbit. Go.
31's the mic. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offense.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Hey, lock it. Snap.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through. They ended up tackling him for a loss.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check out read. Watch out.
They'll try to run this one in. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Hey.
53's the mic. 50.
Hey, Charlie.
Crunch time, defense.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Now.
Mike, 53.
Hey, Echo.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. Let's go.
Back to throw. Stanley toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Off play action. Reese. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Reese. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Reese. And that is incomplete.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Hey, Delta. Cut it left. Hey, 4 down. 31's the mic. Look at me. Zipper. 31's the mic. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Ready?
On 1st down, Stanley. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On the ground, Kamara. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. 31's the mic. Get it.
They go back to the air here after the IMT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Throwing again. Stanley. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Chopper!
Kill.
Look at me. Go. Shoot.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Sadly, that's the type of run we've seen from these guys this year, ranked 32nd last in the NFL.
But there is good news because there's nowhere to go but up. Unfortunately, up might have to wait until next season.
Say.
Go.
Motion backfield. Deuce. Showing it.
To throw on 2nd down. Stanley. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
So that drive, 4 plays. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling. Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Here's the Chiefs punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. If they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
53 is the mark. Hey,
Bravo.
he's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Go.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
Come on. You better break. Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Stanley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Yep. 53, Mike. Stop your running. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Hey. High 7.
Defense, let's go.
From the gun, Stanley. And he fires one incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
Hey, exit.
53 to Mike. 53 to Mike. Double dog. That's the way. Mike, 53.
Back to the air on second down. Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Here we go. 31's the Mike. Tighten up. Pull it together. 31's the Mike. I got it.
Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Stanley. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. So a very tight first half. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Motion. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. Hey, watch that.
To throw again, Stanley. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Blue draw quarter. Flipper.
Check 49. Check 52. Alert 3.
Hey, Sam off.
25.
Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Watch the flood.
31's the mic. Check.
On 1st and 10, Stanley. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
13 yards. And a Brooklyn first down.
Set. 10-2 stop.
53's mine.
Watch the snap.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
Let's go one more.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Joker. You got tank right there. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Slam, slam, slam. Go, go. Now.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Hey, orbit.
Mike, 53.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Sponge, sponge. 80 weapons. Kill, kill. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the 1st down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Back to throw. Stanley. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, Delta.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Check tight. Check tight. Check tight. Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Check.
Hey, wahoo.
2nd and 9 now. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Tighten up. Kill.
Shoot.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
So it's his 3rd field goal now with the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
Let's go. Do it.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's able to get up here to the 26. From the gun on 3rd down. Reese. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stanley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Leo!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! He's coming! He's on Travis! Hey, Haywood!
To throw on 2nd down, Stanley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. On 3rd down, Stanley. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Check 9. Check 9. Check 43. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Get it.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Reese. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Looking to throw. Reese. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 1st down, Stanley. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Go.
Here's the 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Yep. Hey, exit.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on first down, Stanley. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Bang, 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 bang. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Go.
To throw on 3rd down, Stanley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So the Chiefs now down by 1. A little under 1:50 remaining. A fourth straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. He'll look to throw. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
18 Gator. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Ready?
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, Reese. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well and end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
On fourth down, Reese got an open man. It's Harmon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, You're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Brooklyn, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.